Welcome to your Magic Moon message. This is the Peace Dealer, and let me tell you guys, congratulations, you have made it. We have now officially reached the end of the end game. Okay, that's going to be Pisces season, but basically, we are at that final stretch. We're activating this new moon at the very end of Scorpio, opposite 29 degrees Uranus and Taurus. Get ready. And that's how we're gonna kick off Sagittarius season. The sequence is insane. So we're gonna have this new moon. The moon's gonna go into Sagittarius, which is gonna be like going on a roller coaster and getting to the top. Then the sun's gonna enter Sagittarius. So like while the moon's in Sag and you're getting higher in elevation, you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have gone on this ride. Fuck. And then by the time you get off, the moon enters Cap, sun enters Sag, boom. Then you can regret the decision if you make it after the ride. Sagittarius is wild. Sagittarius is like a roll, and dating a Sagittarius is like going on like the most fun roller coaster ever that you know is dangerous and you might not make it alive from. Like you look at the roller coaster, you see some of the hinges and the screws weren't all the way put on because they not Virgo. They don't care about the details, and you're like, I don't know if that shit is safe. But Sag gonna look at you like, what, you a bitch? You afraid? And you not a punk, so you know it's someone exhilarating. You know, I'm gonna either have the most fun I've ever had or I'm gonna die. And then after you come off of that roller coaster, if you survive and you realize you almost died on that ride at least 4 to 6 times, they're gonna look at you and be like, want to do that again? Fucking wild. You're like, did you die? Fucking be careful about Sagittarius, man. And be careful about Sagittarius season. This is not going to be like any other. The Sagittarius season this year and Sagittarius season next year is going to be epic. Sagittarius season next year is going to have the Jupiter in Leo, Saturn, Neptune, and Aries grand fire trine. And this is going to be a whole new era of people going outside. My prediction is that Jupiter Leo for 2026 and 2027, after July in 2026, more people than we're used to are going to be back outside. So this is going to start to reset and reboot the previous social distancing and lockdowns we've had since 2020. And I think that could either be because there's going to be more demonstrations, there are going to be events that have people more outside protesting, or new technology that changes the way we really go outside. So this year is the last year of the old order. And Sagittarius season this year is going to show you over the past 30 years, 100 years, previous cycles, how much you've grown, what has changed, and where we're ready to take ourselves into the new world. To give you further context, March 17th, we had Sun, Saturn, North Node, Neptune, Sun conjunction in Pisces. Everything we activated in changing all of our beliefs in Gemini season integrated thought forms and thought processes to support the beliefs. In Virgo in September on the South Node, we broke through habits and behavioral patterns that translate our metaphysical, intangible beliefs into physical, practical shifts in our habits and routines that align socially with others. And now Sagittarius is the 270-degree square to Saturn and Neptune, which will go direct during Sag season in order to show us what we have accomplished. So I want you to see the next 30 days as you're seeing what you've accomplished since March 17th, and even back as soon as January 23rd, the first few degrees of Aquarius. So I don't want you to look at this Sagittarius season like, oh, what do I have to do? You did it already. Look at me. You did it already. You did it through March and April, and you did it through Aries in April. You did it through Cancer in July. You've done it again and broke through in Libra season. Capricorn's going to be after the climax of the movie. And then, of course, boom, we're in the aftermath. So my theory for Sagittarius season is that given that we're at the end of the end game, and now by the time we step into March, late March of 2026, we're starting a brand new world and chapter, that presupposes that everything from now until then, everything that has to happen to facilitate this new world is going to crumble, it's going to break through. We had the Virgo season 2 finale plot twist. Someone got shot in the neck. So this season finale, I think, is going to be the wildest. My prediction is that the next 30 days in Sagittarius season is going to be a climax that shifts what everyone believes. And then moving forward from late January to March, it's a no turning back thing. The analogy I have is maybe organizations that have access to higher technology, which requires millions of dollars, sees an asteroid that's about to crash into the world. And if you knew an asteroid was going to crash into the world, what would people respond with? Would they go into work the next day? Would they really do it? There'd be public upheaval, so they haven't told anybody. And Sagittarius season is where now the world is seeing, there's a fucking asteroid on the way. The world we know it as is ending, right? That shit is going to be revelations. A third of people on Earth are going to be killed, right? And now there's no turning back. We're getting ready to step into a new world. Is there an asteroid? There better not be. I hope that's just an analogy. But multiply that by 10, right? Perhaps we're going to be aware over the next 30 days of a climax that concludes narratives, beliefs, and stories that have been popular since 1995, the last time Saturn was in Pisces. And now that's going to prepare for the Capricorn, Aqua, Pisces is going to be the afterglow after that. So this cycle is the new moon in Scorpio. We're going to cover the new moon in Scorpio with the moon that's going to go into the end of Sagittarius. The next magic moon message we're going to do will be for moon in Capricorn. 0 degrees moon in Cap, 0 degrees sun in Sagittarius, officially marking the beginning of Sag, manifesting the potency and direction of this new vision we're being aware of. Okay, Mercury and Mars already went into Sagittarius. We sent the scouts out, then we sent the stepper. The stepper went with the scout Mercury. Hey, go check this out before you retrograde. Let me know if it's clear. Clear. These niggas ain't doing shit. These niggas ain't doing shit. All right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. Mars is coming through, clearing the field. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. It went opposite Uranus. Now the sun follows Mars while Mars is just banging it. That's the sound of things happening. And the sun is going to start to make you aware of the space Mars has cleared before it eventually passes Mars, and our consciousness is ahead of the actions we're deciding to take. So that being said, or desiring to take. So that being said, should not be out of breath because of that. So that being said, this sun through Sagittarius season, as it shows us the higher meaning of what we've accomplished through March 17th and harvested from September, is going to now complete this change of perspective. The whole purpose of this year is to change everything you believe, because we're unlocking belief systems that are taking us into the new world order. All right. So with the moon going in, so you're not going to see a moon in Sag magic moon message. That's what this is. The moon right now is at the end of Scorpio. We're going to have the conjunction at 27 degrees, opposite 29 degrees Uranus retrograde. Then in 2 days, we're going to have the opposition to Uranus, and then boom, we'll resume for the magic moon message when the moon is in Capricorn and we start Sagittarius season. Now let's talk about this sequence, because we already unveiled how significant Sagittarius season is going to be, but now the start of this cycle, remember, we started Scorpio season off with the new moon Libra cycle. We were breaking through the activation of new superpowers. Superpowers referring to a social awareness that demonstrates the true nature of your character with other people. Okay, meaning I might be very angry, but when I connect with someone else, I have to balance and hold back my anger issues so that I can have a conversation. We're going to say that's a superpower. The Libras with acuity to know who to talk to. Now we're going to enter Sagittarius season starting with Scorpio. And to know that this Scorpio cycle we're activating is opposite Uranus, that retrograde out of Gemini, 29 degrees. The peak quality of this with Mercury that is now back 29 degrees in Scorpio is a mastery of psychoanalytical depth that's going to activate pure transformation, breaking you through unconventionally, which you'll only appreciate if you remember May 17th. I want to say March. So there's March 17th, and then there's May 17th. March 17th was the eclipse date on the North Node with Saturn and Neptune at the end of Pisces. May 17th was the 27-degree conjunction with the Sun and Uranus. The Sun has been conjuncting Uranus and Taurus every year since 2018. 2010 to 2018, it was in Aries. 2018 to now this year, is the last year at 27 degrees, it's in Taurus. Next year, it's going to be in Gemini until 2032, where we'll have those yearly cycle activations. So this in May 17th represented the last innovation and unconventional investment in your worth from 2018 up until now. This is you making investments into cryptocurrencies, investing in yourself in ways that look crazy to other people. Go back to 2018 and look at this. That's why I use Tauruses as an example. Candace Owens, DJ Academics. If you look at what they were doing in 2018 and how weird they seem even weirder now. But because they believed in themselves and invested in themselves, now they are representing the individuality of having your own platform and making waves and now coming into success. Everyone has Taurus in their chart. And this is that final investment before now smart technology through Uranus and Gemini makes a lot of people lose their jobs. And that leads into the Pluto Aquarius revolutions and the North Node Pluto, where AGI and AI 2027 will either, speed up the world's destruction or it's utopia. And I am exaggerating and cliff noting a lot. It's a lot more complex than that. But with that being said, okay, the 6 months from May 17th, where we activated the 27-degree conjunction, integrated August, where we had now not August, it integrated late July, where we had, late August, where we had the square from 1 degree Virgo to 1 degree Gemini. That was the integration. We broke it through from May 17th to late August. And now from late August to now we have the opposition from 29 to 29. So it's important to understand a breakthrough new moon cycle like this is not only going to be felt, but because this is the last stage of breakthrough relative to Saturn and then into Sagittarius, the final breakthrough season. This point is the unconventional exponential quality that's going to conclude this 2 weeks of rapid transformation from full moon in Taurus to now. And it's going to set off synchronization and ascension into godhood, Sagittarius, giving you a bird's eye picture, Scorpio of the eagle. You're going to be coming into higher perspectives as we do every year. But unlike previous years, we're now concluding belief systems that as a collective have brought us to this place, and examine what about these beliefs we'll no longer believe, what we're getting ready to change forever that we'll believe. And of course, with that Uranus opposition, that's what's going to have you experience over the next 30 days everything you have broken through. And I'm saying that because for those of you who've been putting in that work, you're going to look forward to experiencing rapid change with Mars, Mercury in Sagittarius, 8 of Wands, coming back in Scorpio, going back into Sag. And this is where everything you've put in since January 23rd, March 17th, May 17th, we're now finally breaking through all of that. And you're going to see, Sagittarius, the results that you're beginning to harvest and complete the harvest of. So that's where the moon's going to be at the end of Scorpio. We're going to have this activation that's peering us into this depth of psychological analysis, and that's going to transform your behavior with this unconventional innovation of your value being brought to the table, which can bring anywhere from unexpected windfalls of income to complete transformations of your financial situations, relationships, and your life. Okay. And that's what you're going to see shift and change your vision around what it means relative to how it is you broke through late August into September during Virgo. So you really want to get excited for this period because this is the finish line. And I do believe that this is going to be the climax that's going to bring everything that was a plot point this year up to its head before Capricorn season, where we kind of, what the fuck just happened? Like, that's gonna be there's gonna be Capricorns who's like, oh my god. Like, do you remember how you felt at the end of Virgo season? And everyone was like either making fun of Charlie Kirk or they were like really sad about Charlie Kirk. And then everyone, there was just really weird, just like aftermath. That's nothing compared to what's gonna happen, Capricorn. That's my theory. Maybe I could be wrong. It's gonna be peaceful, nothing happens, but Stay tuned. Okay. Anyway, y'all stay blessed as always. The moon going into Sagittarius is going to now apply this depth of psychoanalysis to show you an understanding of what higher perspective now begins to manifest and form the nature of this energy we are activating. All right, this is pure energy. Mercury's retrograde, being a part of the moon and the sun, is going to grant deep epiphanies that reveal psychological processes in your dealings with others and people showing you who they are, and which you have to believe the first time. All right. And because of the potency of this, really do expect like powerful shifts that you will see with the moon in Sag. That's going to kind of like get your feet in the water and start to be like, oh, should I enter in here? All right, cool. We're going to enter in here. Then the sun's going to go in there. Boom, then we're going to start. So you guys stay blessed as always. Comment down below what it is you've worked on since May and March 17th and what you're excited to break through, because this is where you're going to see it. Okay, this is where you're going to see the payoff. This is the climax of this final boss battle that we are in the midst of, the next round at least. And for those of you who are going to make it through into the next round of the Hunger Games, aka Squid Games, you finna see. You guys stay blessed as always. Peace.